When all hope is lost, when the world seems overwhelming and the future appears to be nothing but a shadow, it can feel like everything is falling apart. In those moments, it's easy to question the very foundation of who we are, to doubt our worth, our strength, and our purpose. But I stand before you today to remind you that those very feelings, though difficult, are not the end of your story. They are, in fact, the beginning of a transformation that only you have the power to shape. Hope isn't something that simply fades away. It's something we carry with us, even in our darkest times. It is the quiet strength that whispers, "You are not done yet." And when we find ourselves feeling lost or defeated, it is often because we are at a turning point, though it may not seem like it at the time. It's when we're on the edge of giving up that the opportunity for true growth presents itself. But to recognize it, we need to allow ourselves to feel the pain, the uncertainty, and the fear without letting it define us. When all hope feels lost, the first step is to acknowledge where you are. Too often we rush through the pain trying to push it away or bury it deep inside, but healing cannot begin until we give ourselves permission to feel. There's no shame in admitting that we are struggling, no weakness in recognizing that we need help. In fact, that is one of the greatest acts of strength we can show, to admit we don't have all the answers and that we are human, fragile, and imperfect. But even in the midst of darkness, there is light. Even in the deepest of valleys, there is a way forward. It may not be immediately clear, but that's the beauty of resilience. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about learning how to rise every time we do. Each time we get knocked down, we have an opportunity to redefine who we are, to remind ourselves that our worth is not determined by our setbacks, but by our ability to keep moving forward despite them. I want to remind you of something incredibly important. You are stronger than you think. It is easy to lose sight of your own strength when you're overwhelmed by life's challenges, but trust me when I say that inside you is a power you may not have even begun to tap into. Think about the times in your life when you've faced hardships and yet somehow found a way to get through them. You may have doubted yourself then, and you can make it again. Now let's talk about resilience, because it's the cornerstone of our ability to rise from despair. Resilience is not an innate trait that only a few lucky people possess. It's something that each and every one of us has the potential to develop. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The more challenges you face, the more opportunities you have to build resilience. And when you reach the point where it feels like there's no way out, that's when your resilience can truly shine. It will guide you through the darkest nights. It will help you find the strength to keep walking even when the path is unclear. At the heart of resilience is a belief in possibility, a belief that even when all hope seems lost, something better awaits. This doesn't mean that you should ignore your pain or dismiss the difficulty of your journey. On the contrary. So what do you do when hope feels distant? You begin with the smallest steps. And sometimes the weight of life's challenges can feel so overwhelming that you're paralyzed, unsure of where to begin. Start with one thing. One small action, no matter how insignificant it may seem, can create a ripple effect that starts to shift your energy. This could be something as simple as getting out of bed, taking a deep breath, or reaching out to someone for support. One step, one moment at a time. It is easy to feel like we are alone when things seem tough, but there is a community of people who have walked this path before you, people who have faced similar struggles and found a way to emerge stronger on the other side. Their stories are a testament to the power of hope, of resilience, and of the belief that no matter how far you fall, there is always a way back up. These stories are a reminder that even when you feel hopeless, you are never truly alone. There is also something important to remember about setbacks. You may not know it yet, but this struggle you are facing is shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate person. It's preparing you for something greater that you cannot yet see. Just as a seed must first break apart before it can blossom into a flower. There's a process of transformation happening inside you, even in the moments when it feels like you're at your lowest. Trust that process. Trust that you will emerge from this stronger than ever before. And even if you don't have the answers right now, that's okay. You don't need to have it all figured out. Life is not a race. And there is no timeline for when you are supposed to have everything in order. It's not about having all the answers right now. It's about taking small steps forward, showing up for yourself, and allowing yourself the grace to grow. Some days will be harder than others, and that's okay. On the days when the weight feels too heavy, remember that it's okay to rest. It's okay to take a break. When all hope seems lost, I ask you to remember this. Hope is not something that exists outside of you. It lives within you, in the choices you make, the thoughts you think, and the actions you take. When you feel like the world is closing in, hope is that quiet voice inside you that tells you to keep going, to trust that better days are ahead, and to believe that there is light even in the darkest moments.